Thought I would hop on, show you what I got in my June order box, and explain a little bit about why I grabbed each of them. So I'm going to start off with the doTERRA Spa Lotion. I always grab their stuff because it's low tox and no tox, so depending on the product. But a lot of people just think that doTERRA only has essential oils, so I wanted to show you that they don't. They have lotion and laundry detergent, shampoo, all the things. And again, that toxic load is cumulative. So I bought 3 of these because, um, truthfully, it's cheaper to get them in bulk. And I get all of my stuff through the monthly recurring order program. I just switch up what I want each month. I earn money back for free products. So it's definitely the best way because I know I'm going to get stuff anyway. Adaptive, and this one is great for stress and for your GABA levels and for settling your brain. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. Turmeric, great for inflammation. I actually have POTS, and so this is a huge one for me because with POTS, I also believe I've not been diagnosed that I have mast cell activation syndrome, which basically means there's this cascade going on all the time with inflammation in my body. So that's super great. And a lady T-boned us last March, and I am still having neck and back pain, even though I go to a chiropractor and I'm doing all the things. My body, because I'm old, is fighting the inflammation. So that is an absolute must every day. MetaPower, Mito2 Max. This one is great. This one is feeding your mitochondria, so the powerhouse of the cell. Also really good for somebody in my age group for helping your body to just kind of stay on top of renewing cellular health. And the last one, this was a free product that I got because my order was a certain volume. And so this was free frankincense, which is a super duper duper great essential oil. It's called the King of Oils because it does everything. And then the queen is Melissa, just as an FYI. All right, so I'm going to pause and come back and talk more about what each of them do. So I need my middle-aged readers to read to you how adaptive is helpful. And again, there's all sorts of qualifiers. The FDA doesn't allow me to say that it definitively does this or that, but different resources and testimonials. These are some of the things that adaptive has been taken for. How's that? So, just to read the top uses for adaptive: to manage stress, boost mood, balance your mind and body, promote positive attitude, improve state of mind, invite resiliency, agility, and mental well being, which who doesn't need that? We've all heard about GABA, or most people have heard about GABA. So it just basically helps your brain to focus. Okay, next one. The Mito2 Max, that was the one for the energy, for that steady energy instead of like crazy spikes, right? So Mito2 Max. Body fatigue and tiredness, adrenal fatigue, hormonal imbalance, libido, physical stress, anxiety, and poor circulation. So, at least for me with the POTS, circulation is a huge issue. Basically, what it is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which basically just means that my veins are not pushing the blood back up to my brain like it should. So all the blood likes to pool and it causes brain fog and a whole host of drama. So this one is absolutely essential. So I use this one to help my brain focus, this one to help with the circulation issues, and then turmeric. I was talking about the inflammation cascade that happens because I also have an undiagnosed MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome. So the turmeric is super helpful. Things that I can read that people have taken this for, but it is not going to cure, blah, 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 all the qualifiers, right? Okay. So top uses, reasons people will use the turmeric. Cancer, tumors, leukemia, cellular and immune health, autoimmune conditions, joint pain and swelling, arthritis, gout, rheumatism, neurological diseases, fungal, bacterial, and viral infections, cognitive dysfunction, stroke, poor circulation and blood supply to the brain, which again, with pods, that's huge. Also for menopause is huge, and perimenopause for those of you who are in my age group. Epilepsy, high blood sugar and cholesterol, poor metabolism, blood, liver, and lymph toxicity. This is gross. Intestinal worms and parasites, acne, eczema, psoriasis, ulcers, gas, bloating, cough, bronchitis, menstrual cramps, cavities. I didn't know that one. That's fascinating. Oral health, bites, stings, and skin health. So that one is super duper powerful. And I didn't even realize it did all those things. So really glad I take like a bazillion a day. Actually, I only take the recommended amount, so please don't write me and give me a hard time. All right, and then the frankincense oil. So again, all the qualifiers. This is not, will not cure, heal, blah, 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 according to the FDA and all those people who regulate what we're allowed to say. But people do tend to use this to help them with cancer and tumors, cellular and immune health. So frankincense actually is really good about apoptosis, which basically means it causes old and diseased cells to die faster. It just kind of speeds up that die-off process. So it's helping to clean up your cells at the cellular level. How incredibly creative. But anyway, all right. Seizures, trauma, concussion, and you can even use, I was able to help a friend of mine, her dog kept having seizures. And so I talked to her and I was telling her just one drop, put one drop on the pads of her dog's foot. And the dog used to have seizures that would last an hour. It was very traumatic, obviously, for her and for her dog. But she said she tried my suggestion, she remembered and she tried it, and it stopped the seizure within moments. So for what it's worth, frankincense, and doTERRA also has a roll-on. Okay, let's see. Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, and brain injury, lack of motor control, wounds, wrinkles, skin ulcers, boils, moles, scars and stretch marks, sciatica, back pain, headaches, migraines, depression and anxiety, postpartum, liver toxicity, jaundice, hepatitis, cirrhosis, autoimmune disorders, constricted breathing, allergies, laryngitis. I'm almost done. Frankincense, I told you, is super duper powerful. Breast cancer prevention and fibrocystic breasts, vaginitis, genital warts, heavy menstruation, prolapsed uterus, fibroids, miscarriage recovery, warts and bites, meditation, prayer, and focus. That one, just because it's a very grounding oil, it just kind of settles everything. And I do not know, I didn't look. So I have this really great resource book that they no longer sell, or I would put a link in with the video. I'm going to pause and see if I can find about the cream. I don't think it's in here, but I'll look. Okay, so I didn't find anything about the cream, but regardless, it's super helpful and it absorbs really easily, so I like it. Anyway, I hope this is helpful and gives you an idea of some of the things that are available besides essential oils, which are crazy powerful. I am diffusing right now. I'm using Citrus Bliss and Anchor because Citrus Bliss because my body was upset because of the pot, so it helps to settle my body, and also Anchor helping to calm my body as well. So, and I use an iToby scanner that helps to tell me what I need, and I will do a post on that another time. All right, have a great day, guys.